So let's talk about, because you mentioned just a little earlier that people don't realize, because they don't, that you can actually work on raising your credit score, right? So tell me some ways that, that can work. Does it take 90 days or 6 months or a year? Tell
Yeah,
me about
that's
it.
a really good question. We can actually raise credit scores the next day. So that's another important part about
Wow.
talking with the lender and not just speculating about what you think your score is. So we have what we call a rapid rescore availability. So we can look at someone's credit through a soft credit check, and I run a simulator, and it will tell me to take certain actions on credit and then submit to the bureaus for a rescore, and we can boost that credit score up. Sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes we have to do a series of things to get credit up. And sometimes it takes money, and that's not something that maybe people have in hand that day, but at least again, we're giving you that starting point. So, I've got a client right now under contract that we started out in the low 500s. They worked on credit, and they're at 760 now and on their home. And that was about a 6-month process because it was more of a establishing credit, but we were able to look at the simulation and determine what steps need to take place. A couple things you can do just as a good rule is try and keep your credit card balances at 30% or less. Don't let those exceed that on the billing cycle.
30% of the limit. So if it's a $20,000 line of credit, try to keep it under what is it? 7-ish?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So,
Okay.
because that 30% threshold shows that you know how to use credit wisely, but you're not maxing out your limit.
But so if you get it, it's like 102%. Somebody's got a $20,000 line and they're at $20,800. That's a little bit of a red flag, I guess.
Big red flag. And it's one of the biggest things that will impact your credit score, going over your credit limit. That's a huge thing. So the things that hurt you are late payments, obviously, are really rough on credit scores, but also being over the credit limit or having too much of the line of credit used. Another really important thing is don't ever shut down a credit card. And this is where I wish, again, take that phone call and talk to someone first. A lot of times I'll get someone on the phone and they'll say, hey, I'm ready to buy a house. I just paid off all my credit cards and I closed them down. And it hurt their scores and didn't help it. And had we talked first, we would have taken a different strategy and saved them a lot of money.
See, I would have thought, if I got 2 credit cards, you know what, we'll pay those off and shut them down and then they won't show up and it'll help me. But that's actually not, it goes against the correct way of doing it.
Yeah. It actually
That's
hurts your
interesting.
credit pretty significantly if you do that.
Wow, interesting.